Listen closely, because this is where most traders fail, not from a lack of intelligence, but from impatience. The market is patient, yet punishes haste. I've seen it countless times. A man jumps into a trade, his heart racing, convinced he's about to make a fortune. Hours later, he's nursing a loss, cursing the market, blaming luck, blaming everyone but himself. The truth? He ignored the setup. He ignored the pattern. He acted before the market whispered its intentions. And that, my friend, is the fatal error. Patience isn't passive. Waiting for the right setup is an active discipline, and it's the foundation of consistent success. Too many traders think opportunity is obvious, but it's not. The market rarely hands out fortunes on a silver platter. It tests your judgment, your courage, and your ability to stay calm when others panic. When I first began trading, I too rushed. I thought being fast was skill. I thought the market owed me my gains. I learned, often painfully, that the market rewards restraint. Consider this. Every time the market moves without confirmation of structure, you're gambling. There's no magic formula, no secret trick, no shortcut. Patterns, trends, and signals, they all require validation. I've watched a stock spike on excitement, only to collapse within hours because the underlying conditions weren't right. Jumping in based on emotion rather than evidence is a losing proposition. Always wait. Wait for the market to tell you what it's doing, not what you want it to do. You must understand that trading is a reflection of human psychology. Greed drives men to overtrade. Fear paralyzes them when opportunity arises. I've been on both ends. I've chased trades and lost fortunes, and I've hesitated, only to see the move pass me by. Both experiences taught me something vital. You cannot fight the market. It has its own rhythm, and it will not bend to your desires. Your task is to observe, interpret, and act only when alignment is unmistakable. There is a lesson in every failed trade. Once, early in my career, I noticed a stock moving aggressively, and I entered without waiting for confirmation. It soared briefly, and then, as quickly as it came, it plunged. I lost more than I had imagined possible. The lesson was brutal but clear. The setup had not matured. I had forced my judgment on the market instead of letting it reveal itself. That experience reshaped my approach. From that moment, I waited. I watched. I let the market show its hand before committing my capital. The right setup is not abstract. It is precise. It involves price action, volume, trend direction, and the broader market context. I have found that true opportunity rarely announces itself in whispers, it shows strength. There is conviction in the move, a willingness to break from the noise of indecision. Recognize it. Do not be swayed by minor fluctuations or fleeting excitement. Those who rush are caught in the market's illusions, mistaking motion for opportunity. Risk management is inseparable from patience. When you enter a trade without certainty, you compound risk. Not only is the position itself dangerous, but your mental state is fragile. Every tick against you will feel catastrophic because you didn't have the foundation of conviction. I always emphasize protecting the account above all else. No trade is worth reckless exposure. Wait for the alignment of conditions, and when it arrives, position yourself with discipline. That is how fortunes are preserved and grown. Understand the market is a mirror of human behavior. Every price movement is a story about people's fear, hope, greed, and doubt, all writ large on the charts. To profit, you must interpret that story accurately. The impatient trader hears only what he wants to hear. The disciplined trader listens closely to the market's voice. Study the patterns of others' behavior. Learn to see the crowd's psychology before taking a stand. There is tremendous power in understanding the masses and then acting when they are least prepared. Do not confuse action with productivity. Many traders stay busy, hopping from chart to chart, trade to trade, thinking motion equals mastery. It doesn't. The real mastery lies in observation, analysis, and, crucially, waiting. It's easy to confuse the noise of the market with meaningful signals. The setup you wait for, the one that aligns risk, trend, and confirmation, is rarely flashy. But it is profitable, and when it comes, you act decisively, with confidence born of patience. I remember a particular trade that taught me more about patience than any fortune I made. I had been watching a commodity for weeks, tracking its highs, its lows, and the sentiment surrounding it. Every day, the market teased me with small moves, but I did not act. I waited. And then, on a single day, all the elements converged. A breakout in volume, confirmation of trend, and alignment with the broader market. I entered. The gains were substantial not because I was lucky, but because I acted when the probability was overwhelmingly in my favor. That is how wealth is built in the market, not by luck, but by preparation and timing. Emotion is the enemy of proper setups. Greed tempts you to enter too early. Fear tempts you to hesitate. Every successful trader has learned to manage both. I often walked away from trades I wanted desperately because the setup wasn't right. It felt uncomfortable, even frustrating. But discipline always paid. Conversely, ignoring discipline always led to pain. Never underestimate the power of waiting. It's the difference between survival and ruin. Market conditions are dynamic. What worked yesterday may fail today. Each trade must be evaluated independently. Waiting for the right setup does not mean expecting perfection. It means expecting alignment. Price confirms trend, volume confirms interest, and the broader market confirms direction. When all three converge, you act. Before that, you do nothing. That nothing is the most powerful tool you possess. Many will mock your inaction, but history remembers only those who acted wisely, not impulsively. There is no shame in missing a trade. Missing is better than entering poorly. The market does not penalize patience. It penalizes foolishness. I've seen traders chase every opportunity only to find that the first truly profitable setup occurs just after they've exhausted their capital. Wait. Preserve your ability to act. Guard your capital. Protect your focus. These are the marks of a professional trader. You must also respect the natural rhythm of speculation. There are times when the market is calm, consolidating, and times when it erupts, volatile and decisive. The impatient trader tries to force movement during quiet periods. The disciplined trader recognizes consolidation as preparation. The market is like a coiled spring. Energy builds, then releases. Your job is to be ready, not rushed. Timing is everything. Let me be clear. Waiting is not easy. Every day you watch the market without acting, your mind protests. You imagine profits slipping by. You feel envy for those who appear to be winning. That is normal. But the true test of skill is not how often you trade, but how well you wait. The market eventually rewards those who can restrain their impulses. Your patience compounds, just like your capital, over time. The right setup is more than numbers and charts. It is an intersection of knowledge, experience, and instinct honed by repeated observation. It cannot be taught in a single lesson or memorized from a book. You develop it through watching, failing, reflecting, and learning. Each mistake sharpens your judgment. Each missed opportunity teaches restraint. And eventually, your intuition begins to sense when conditions are optimal, even before the charts confirm. Remember, fortunes are built over time. The quick trade, the impulsive gamble, these are illusions of speed and cleverness. Real wealth comes to those who prepare and wait. When you act without a setup, you invite disaster. When you wait for alignment, you invite opportunity. There is a rhythm to the market, and your goal is to move in harmony with it, not against it. I have seen men with genius intellects fail because they lacked patience. I have seen others, less naturally gifted, succeed because they understood timing and discipline. Knowledge alone is insufficient. Courage alone is insufficient. What matters is judgment, the ability to observe without bias, to wait without agitation, and to act decisively when all signs point clearly forward. The market is not a place for impulsive decisions. Every tick, every bar, every price movement tells a story. Your responsibility is to read it accurately. And sometimes the story requires silence, observation, and preparation. That is your setup, the moment when you know, beyond doubt, that the odds are in your favor. Act then, and act boldly. Miss it, and wait for the next. There will always be another opportunity. Patience preserves your ability to seize it. Most traders overestimate their understanding and underestimate their discipline. They are quick to attribute losses to luck and gains to skill. The reality is simpler. Patience pays, impatience destroys. Wait for the market to show its strength. Wait for confirmation of trend, volume, and momentum. Wait until your plan is supported by reality, not hope. This is how the market separates the consistent earners from the perpetual losers. And know this, waiting is not passive, it is preparation. Each day you observe, you refine your judgment. Each chart you study, you understand behavior more deeply. Each trade you forego, you preserve capital and clarity. Waiting is the crucible where your skills are tested and sharpened. When the right setup finally emerges, you will not hesitate. You will act with precision, discipline, and confidence because you have earned it through restraint. Do not be deceived by others' successes or market noise. The right setup may come slowly, even after days or weeks of inactivity. That is not failure. That is preparation. Fortune rewards the patient and punishes the reckless. Your job is not to be first, but to be correct. Timing, alignment, and discipline, these are your allies. Ignore them, and you court disaster. Honor them, and you cultivate enduring success. So, understand this. The market is not a race. It is a test of judgment, patience, and resolve. Waiting is not weakness. It is strength. The right setup is your compass. It guides your actions and protects your capital. Chase trades, and you will stumble. Wait for the alignment, and you will prosper. That is the timeless principle. That is the rule that separates men who make fortunes from those who lose them. Respect it. Follow it. And the market, with all its chaos and unpredictability, will reward you for it. This is the lesson I offer, forged in the crucible of experience and hardship. Never act without confirmation, never gamble without discipline, and always wait for the right setup. In that discipline lies survival, and in that survival lies opportunity. The market does not forgive haste. It rewards the patient. Learn to wait. Learn to observe. Learn to act only when all signs are clear. That is how fortunes are made, preserved, and multiplied.